we are coming. Mic check one,
Try it
two.
now. There you go.
Can you hear me? I think y'all can hear me now. If you
Southern
can't, just let me. Right? Can you hear me? Well, I am good from Columbia, Tennessee. And this weekend's Mule Day. Woo woo. So, what's up, T babies? Let's try this again. It's been a whole 7 days. I miss you guys. I love you. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Hope you guys had great sex this weekend. Hopefully, you guys are coming back to the show to learn more ways to reach orgasm between you, your partner, maybe even yourself. It doesn't matter. This is an LGBTQ friendly show. The whole reason why we have created Tea Talks is because women, when it came to sex, they would only be able to tell me pretty much what someone done to them, of course, babies or whatever. But when I got to asking questions as far as like orgasm, how do you like to be touched, or what do you like in sex, and all these different things, they could never tell me nothing. And it was like, so you went through childbirth and you don't even know what an orgasm is. So let's talk about it. Let's dig down in there. And then that's when I realized that, the conversation about sex is like, the same way they couldn't tell me about an orgasm, they couldn't even talk about sex. It was like, I don't really want to talk about it. And it was just like, well, we're all out here doing it, regardless if we're married, not married, single, happily. Married people always say have the very best sex. I'm going to always say that because you don't have to wear condoms. There's that security there. There's that love there. There's just so much passion there. But still, we're all not happily married, but we're still out here having sex. And I want to make sure that, you're happy, healthy, and safe. Those are the only 3 things that we care about. But again, my name is Kitten.
I'm Boozy.
And we make up Tea Talks. And today, guys, we have a wonderful guest. Let me get Miss Lachelle is in the building. Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, peace, guys. Hello. I'm so happy to be here and see your beautiful faces.
I'm so happy you are here.
Yes. I
So,
miss your face. We already said that, but I miss your face so much.
I miss you too. Even the internet hugs. So, my friend Lachelle, not only does she have this bomb cup, meditation and masturbation. I'll tell you, if you've seen my photos, for the ones who don't know, I model. And I've taken 1,000 pictures with her cup. I just love her cup that much. But she does tons of things. She has this beautiful cup. She has a business called Cuddle Therapy. If you saw the flyer, you will see that on there. And then she also has the Goddess business. But I'm going to let her.
Goddess of Wealth Month.
Yes, I'm going to let you tell them all about your stuff and why you're here today.
Okay, well, I know this is probably loud in your ear right now.
No, it's
I definitely
perfect.
do have my cup. My name is Lachelle, of course, also known as Goddess L. The owner and operator of Goddess Guidance Meditation, also Cuddle Therapy. I've been teaching meditation since 2015. I've been doing cuddle therapy since around 2019. The pandemic hit, and a hustler don't hustle, honey. So I came up with this beautiful design for my coffee and tea mugs for my coffee and tea drinkers, which is this one here.
It's so pretty.
That's so cute.
The meditative masturbate with the crown, because of course we're kings and queens, honey. I started meditation primarily because, first of all, I didn't even know it was a thing until I knew it was a thing. I was in a relationship for at that point, probably about 3 years, and we were doing therapy. And it was introduced to me that way, as far as through couples therapy. And I was like, wait a minute. It snatched all the skeletons out of my closet and made me make peace with all of it, which is something that we tend to not do. We run away from all the things that are inside us, that are haunting us and preventing us from being our best selves, because we're not listening to that voice inside anymore. We've silenced it instead of silencing our minds so we can tap into it. And that's where our greatness lies. So once I found myself through it, I was like, you know what? I really want to do this for us. Especially my community is open for everyone, of course. However, within the Black community, meditation, therapy, or anything of that nature is not something that we see as something that's cool, if you will, right? And therapy is cool. Meditation is cool, because why not get to know you?
That's so cool.
Right? And so with the cuddle therapy, intimacy is something that's terribly lacking. We're in a digital ass world, super digital. Everything is online. Everything is in your phone, in your hand, a computer, a laptop, anything like that, right? And
Right.
so a handhold, having your hand held, getting hugs from people, actual human connection is something that we're lacking so strongly right now. And so, in other communities, cuddle therapy has been a thing for years. There's people that
Hmm.
have been doing it as their primary income and business for years. And when I tapped into it, I was like, if nobody need a hug, we need hugs,
We
honey,
need a
in our community. We
hug.
need to be loved on and talked to and listened to. No one listens, especially black men. No one's listening, and they're not comfortable saying. So if you create a safe space for someone, they tend to divulge and you get to know what's really in there and what they need. So it's all about creating a safe space for people to feel welcomed and loved and appreciated and heard. And if not, if they don't want to talk, just to feel connected to someone without any strings. So
How
that's
long
pretty much
does
me
your
and mainly what I do.
I love it. Like I love the fact that you have this bomb ass cup with the crown. I love this cup. And then the cuddle, I like how you broke down intimacy because that is the one thing that we are stressing on Tea Talks all the time is intimacy,
Yeah.
intimacy. Because communication is a form of intimacy. You know, sitting down, talking to someone. Most of the
Mm-hmm.
time, the conversation is going on for like I hate the whole Netflix and chill thing. Like,
Yeah, and the
so it's like a
acronyms.
setup. It's like you're not want to talk.
WID, Netflix and chill. Like there is no in between anymore. Even in relationships, they go from I'm horny, let's fuck. If I can say that.
No,
But
you
you know
can
what I mean?
say
Like
we
there's
can
no
cuss on
kissing,
here.
there's no touching, no hugging, no connection. And so when things are not good, they don't have a center to get back to.
No,
It's
nothing.
either fucking let's get over it and forget about it, or again, you have no sense of connection with friendships. Everyone is literally going from someone I see to either someone I fuck or don't want to know.
Pretty
And it's
much.
like, no, friendship is intimacy as well. And it requires that. And connection is something that is just deeply needed in order to grow and get to know someone in friendship, in love, in marriage, just in getting to know someone, just having that intimate time. So I completely agree. It's you're stressing it here, but like it's literally my life's mission to make sure that we don't get so lost in the digital world that we're literally living in Demolition Man. And I'm probably telling my age with that movie, but that we're putting on a headset and having sex with like just visuals. We're kind of there.
I remember that.
And so I'm like, no, you need people. That's why kids are so depressed. And people are depressed and don't know who they are, or what they want, or what's wrong. You haven't had a hug in 2 months. You've not connected with anyone really in months. You're just digitally connecting with strangers online. You need human connection. We're not born to be alone in isolated spaces by ourselves saying ha ha but not laughing.
Exactly.
That's not it.
I like when you said earlier we was talking like just the art of holding hands. Some people have partners who don't even want to hold their hand. It's like I don't want my hand held. I need my space. I'm like
When was the last time you had a hug?
um every day I get a like I hug my boss. She loves that I'm there. She be like, you just bringing this energy in. I hug my boss every day I see her. I'm like, hey girl, I just hug her. Like I just come here. How's your day been? How have you been? My kids every day. I hug you guys when I come into the show. So honestly, I'm a hugger. And if a person doesn't want to hug me,
Same.
right, I'm a hugger. And I can tell when some people aren't so touchy feeling that that's okay because they know when I'm coming, I'm gonna hug you.
Yes.
I'm
And
bring
they
it
love
in,
it. They love it. That's the thing. They
and I'm
love
gonna wrap
loving
you
it
up. I'm
because
not gonna
you can feel,
church you.
yes,
I'm
you
gonna,
can feel connection and energy and you transfer it. So
yeah.
I'm going to give you this good stuff because
And
it's good stuff.
you gonna take it. So I don't know. I get a hug like pretty much every day. How long have you been doing cuddle therapy?
2019.
2019. Okay.
Yeah.
So like when you got your first client, how was it? Like was it like is there training for it or is it just one of those things where you talk to someone who's already doing it and you're like, okay, I can do this.
So first of all, I studied some people online because this one lady, she was, first of all, I'm be honest, she's making like 100,000 a year. Her prices are significantly higher than mine, of course. But when I say she is crushing it, she has cuddle parties, things that I'm trying to get into. But it's harder to get into those things with our community. I kind of got to educate heavily. I'm
Right.
strong on consultations first because
Okay.
it's like there's this undertone of, okay, which session should I get? And it's like you can hear, like they think that it's something that it's not. And so I'm like, no, let's book a consultation so I can have a conversation with you. Because even if you come into it with that mindset, I'm here to let you know it's not that. Don't fucking play with me, first of all.
Before we get into this cuddle session.
You probably need it the most because this is what you thought. This is where your mind goes. Let's reprogram that mind. Let's have a conversation about what you need. So I always hear like little tidbits here and there. It's like, I mean, which one or what do I do? What do you need? You don't even know what you need because everything has a description. Everything is listed there for you, but you want me to tell you what you need because you have no idea what you're doing. So let's start with the consultation. But to answer your question, my first experience was very heavy, honestly, because I tend to make men cry, but not in a negative way.
I know, okay.
It's more so like they have never felt so loved and appreciated, but not wanting anything from me. I want nothing from you. I just want you to feel loved and appreciated. I want you to feel heard. Some people want to be quiet, but that first one was heavy on me. I had to do a lot of saging, a lot of self-reflection afterwards as well, because I was like, yo, like, that was heavy. And they left me with a lot of their shit. They left with a lot of my good shit, but I left with a lot of their heavy shit.
Ooh, see, I transfer some energy there.
So the aftercare is really important because people don't even know how much stuff they're walking around with. But he cried, and it was just very beautiful because a black man crying is the strongest thing they can do.
It is.
Because they don't get to do that. So again, it was just very much so like a beautiful experience of just a lot of hugging, holding, sitting in silence. He didn't really have much to say because he didn't expect that. Most people don't expect what they get because they don't know what to expect because it's like, you do what?
It's new. It's foreign, so to speak.
It's new for them, but it's not new. When you think about African villages and think of other countries and other cultures, they're intimate all the time. And people hear the word intimacy and automatically think sex. And it's like, no. When you think about certain relationships of brothers and sisters and cousins that you may have that you're very close to, you want to hold them, you want to touch them, you want to interact with them in that way because you love, you care about them. And you want them to feel that it's a natural thing to want to hold on to somebody you love. Tell somebody you care about them or might hold their hand or might grab them or just like excitement. You're just like, you know, the first thing you want to do is really hug somebody when you're excited.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things that I'm reintroducing that should be normal. There was an experiment done on children back in the day because they used to consider babies evil at one point because of how they made people feel and they couldn't explain it. And that was like a scientific thing. Then they did a scientific experiment of a baby in a room that nobody interacted with and a baby that was loved on. The baby that was not interacted with, they just changed the diaper, fed them, whatever, but did not interact with them. That baby died. Several children died because we are not made to come here and now be interacted with in an intimate way, in a loving way. We require connection. And again, like I told most people, depression is going to continue to get higher.
It is.
Anxiety is going to continue to get higher. Suicide is going to continue to get higher because everyone is so focused on looking good online, being online, but no human connection. And I refuse to not do my part when it comes to that.
I'm so glad you said that.
Human connection.
We do. That's why I told
it's
you.
Scientifically proven.
Let me make sure I say hi to everyone. I see you guys. My bad. Here I come. Hey, Amber. Hey, Astrid. What's up, Damika? Hi, Marco. What's up? Take me out to dinner. Hey, Boozy. Hey, Kitty. Hey, RL. How are you, boo? Fat is back. That's my boss, guys. Y'all say hey to my boss. I just love her. That's my baby. Physical touch is one of my love languages.
Mine too.
Man, what's up, Firecracker? Once you get on the show, oh yeah. Don't let me forget because I almost forgot conveniency last week. I ain't gonna forget about you. So everybody who comes on the show, they get to name themselves. So I'm Kitten. I got named by some random guy at Waffle House. He was just like, real. I was like, real. Kitty cat. And I was like, is he talking to me? So I don't know. Like, I forgot what my name was before, but now it's Kitten. And then Boozy because she get him drunk. So what do you call your kitten?
I am the goddess L, typically known as
Goddess
goddess L, but
L.
Lachelle
Okay, let me
is
put. Is
regular, government. You want to call my government
uh-uh.
name,
Is
but
that what they
goddess
scream
L.
out? Goddess? They be screaming out goddess.
Goddess L, yeah.
Say no more. That's your
Okay, goddess.
name.
I have one client that calls me Mother Nature.
Oh shit. I love that. And you're right, Fire. Physical touch is so important. I'm so
It
glad
is.
that we're talking about physical touch because while I've been doing the show, I have learned all different type of ways that people communicate intimacy. I actually also teach an intimacy class, and it's absolutely amazing. During that time when you're able to, and mine's is different. It's not really, we have a cuddle session, but it's more in that last 30 minutes because it's a 2 hour session. But it's
Yeah.
just that moment where I show them what to take back to their partner.
Yeah.
Or if I get a
Yeah.
couple, I teach the couple on what to do in this time. Because
Yeah.
and my last couple, I loved them so much because when they got done, they was like, "We needed this." I didn't know we needed this, and I was like, "Yes," like because you live together. Yes, you might fuck each other. Yes, you might give each other a quickie. But when was the last time that y'all was just together without intimacy being the next thing? Was sex being the
Right.
next thing? And when was the last
Yeah.
time y'all was just able to sit here? I teach them eye gazing. I teach them to
Yeah.
hold each other.
Yeah.
Tell each other what they like, what they want to see more of, what they dislike. But we do the dislike in the middle. We make a compliment sandwich. What they love, what they don't really like, and what they want to see more of. So that way their partner understands that, you know, nobody's perfect. We're not perfect. We're not like with this show. I keep trying to tell people like we're not the doctors now. If things is itching and burning and too fucked up, go see the therapist. Go see the doctor. Because I'm learning and you
Yes.
guys are learning. But when you are in the process of wanting to actually figure out, like you said, like what do I really want? Like what do I need? Like I think I give good head, but other than giving good head, like what else? I mean, maybe I want my hand held. Maybe I need my scalp
That
massaged and greased today. Maybe I want
listen,
somebody to make me
because
a
that is
grilled
intimate
cheese.
as hell. That is a love language within itself, right there.
Man, just get in
A
my
head
scalp.
rub or a grease your scalp, delicious. Okay, one of my favorite things. So it's like I can feel your love flowing through from my top to my bottom.
With them
Okay, but
fingertips.
also just that silent time and know what the fuck is going on. What do I need? You need that quiet time to decipher that. And again, a man, you yes, you a protector and a provider. What else?
Yeah, what else would you like? I made a post the other day and I asked, so do men like flowers as much as ladies like flowers? And I learned that, of course, that was the machos. That was like, hell no, I want no flowers. But then
And
there was a
that's
lot of men
again, it
who
depends on the
did.
person, right?
Right. And then there was some men who wanted flowers. They was like, yes, I would love flowers. Some was like, yeah, I would like them while I'm above the ground. You know what I mean? And it was just like,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. I never really thought about it, but of course I'm a woman, I'm not a man, so I don't really think about like what do I'm thinking, being nurturing, run their bath water, give them massages, all those type of things. But flowers was the last thing on my list that I thought a man would need. So
I
it's
noticed that there was a couple that didn't want flowers, but they wanted something else pertaining to like a hobby of theirs.
oh yes, Captain Crunch had brought that up. That he was like, figure out what he really likes. Like he likes studio equipment. If you was in the studio right now, the whole
You
studio
could
was
do.
wrapped up with green stuff everywhere. The whole studio is a green screen. He can literally record wherever. But he was just like, if the guy's into studio, buy him something for his equipment. If he's
Yes.
into, and then another guy, what did he be Michael drop? I think it was a shirt or something. he had got his girlfriend. I can't remember. I wish I could remember. B. Michael, you on here? What did you drop? He's not here. But it was something he said that his wife went and got him. But it was just like one of those things. It's like how we always say it's the little things. It's the same things for the men too.
That's the part, but it's a matter of paying attention. Because what happens is women are so used to feeling like they deserve everything, and that it's nice that a man should do, a man should do, a man should do, but no one sits and talk about, okay, what does he deserve? Because we have, I feel like, a newer generation of women that are growing up, and they feel like a man should buy them a planet on layaway, but they have no clue that they're supposed to reciprocate.
I'm so glad you said that.
It's unrealistic. It's just like no one is teaching like men deserve, because if you're in a relationship with a man, especially a man that's of value. I'm not going to use that statement, everybody said Kevin Samuels, but a man of a certain caliber that knows himself, you can't just be bringing nothing to the table, seriously. And that's just in the form of, if that man is busy working all the time, why would you not cook him a meal?
Why would you not?
Why would you not get him something that's going to take something off his plate without him having to ask you? Right? So it's a matter of paying attention to them and asking questions as well. But when you create those intimate spaces, things tend to come out as far as they didn't expect anybody to ask them that question. What do you need? What do you like? What do you want? And that's like basic human decency.
It's human, right? When you meet people, like when you get a new job, everybody's like, so it's going to tell everybody about themselves. And then you stand up like, hi, I'm Jasmine. I like flowers and tea. And then it's like the next person. But when you meet somebody outside of that, it's just like, I eat pussy real good.
Like he's supposed
I
to
got
know.
toys. And it's just like, okay, well, other than the sex part of your life, because I feel like, or, hey, here's a dick pic, by the way, if you were invited a big dick or not. And it's like, okay, regardless of big dick or not, like, do you like long walks at the park? Do you like... I mean, what else?
Have you even been on one?
Oh.
Has anyone stopped and said, let's not do all the fabulous things? Let's do something very simple. Let's walk and hold hands and talk.
I just love it. I love it. T-Babies, chime in where you guys at. Let us know how you feel about this. Is love language, like what's your love language? Is touch your love language? Is affirmations your love language? To be in acts of kindness, acts of service. Like, what's your love language, and do you communicate that with your partner? And my friend says, so if y'all need some cuddle therapy, she's moving on me. That's okay.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna cry about it right now. Cry about it later.
One of the first things my partner and I did, one of the first things I made my partner do was take a love language quiz to figure out what his love languages were so that we could communicate.
Ooh.
Because you also need to know how you, not only how you receive love, but how you give love. Yeah. Because you might not give love how they receive love.
That's
somebody taught me that too.
Because you can't love somebody how you want to be loved. You gotta love somebody how you want to be loved.
Thankfully, ours are almost identical.
Seriously?
Yes. Both personal touch is top of both of ours.
Okay.
And acts of service is my second one, and I don't remember what his second one was, and I don't think he remembers either, because personal touch was like 80% of his.
I love it. Because it just flows after that. When you, especially if they're similar, like you guys are in alignment with that, it's going to flow naturally, especially if you're getting the physical touch as much as you desire.
We'll be driving down the road and I'll be getting this.
It makes you want to give them the other things naturally. Because you're getting exactly what you need.
Some days I'll be like, quit petting me like a dog. The other days I'll just be like, okay.
Hey, Rose, happy birthday, boo. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Hey, gorgeous. Okay, so if you guys been watching the show, we have a book. The book that we read out of is Morgasm. Shout out to Boozy for finding the book. Thank you, Boo. And pretty much it just breaks down different things that people come across. I love the pictures in this book. If you haven't gotten the book, go get the book.
I'm sorry, it went from $20 to $120.
Yeah, our bad. We still producers stay on us to write these people a letter.
When we bought the book, it was like $28.
Yeah.
It was like $28. And we went and looked it up on Amazon where we got it in the first place, and it was like $120.
It went up.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
power
I
of the tea,
understand.
baby.
These days I get it. However, it's like, damn it.
Like, damn, how do I get there? So, chatting outside
I
the
think we're finding the
bedroom.
words.
Finding the words.
Finding the words. When in doubt, say, I really liked it when you did blank. And go from there. As in, I really liked it when you kissed my breast for a seriously long time. That was unbelievably hot. Or I really liked it when you went down on me, but my clit got a little too much pressure and licking. Or I love giving you head, but my neck gets tired and I'm worried you'll get annoyed if I stop. Girl, yes. Then let the conversation flow from there. Maybe next time you go downtown, you can stop and use your hand or a vibrator. Try to be an open-minded listener too. Prepare for some awkwardness. Mm-hmm. Prepare for funny moments and surprises, and more intimacy too. Revealing more of yourself and receiving kindness from your partner leads to a closeness you may not expect. Be ready to learn a few of your sweetie's likes and dislikes. Maybe your signature ball-licking move actually just tickles and frustrates him. Who knew? But now you do.
It's communication.
Not the signature. It's like, let me put this razzle dazzle on you, and that razzle dazzle was more like, please don't ever. I'm telling you, I had somebody try to wrap my clitoris in their mouth like a string of spaghetti. I talk about it all the time. It was the worst experience in my entire life. It went from feeling great to ouch. Why are you trying to? What is going on? Like, the skin can only go
so far.
Fine, it's my clitoris. You try to wrap around your tongue. It was the worst pain ever. But I like how it says, just these. It's almost like reassurance, and I think it's for some people being told I really don't like something, because when you're in school from 5 years old to 18, everything's a fucking test. Either it's A, B, C, D, E, or F. But outside of those A through F's, like you say, even like, I'm not talking about anybody's parenting or anything, but even when you go home, there's nobody to give you hugs. Some kids didn't even grow up in a loving home or was told, good job. So when they get older and they find their lover, their partner or whatever, and then they hear, I really don't like that, they go straight to grade school and all they heard was, I got a C. I got a C on that. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, I got a C. But not listening
to goes to you failed.
You said F. I was thinking C. Like,
mine goes straight to you failed.
But it's like, with this is what I'm trying to teach you lovely tea babies, is that these conversations are so important. Because it's almost like, oh, so you like when I do that just lighter pressure? Say no more. I can do that. And I'm trying to get them to be able to have these conversations without feeling that anyone is attacking them. But this is a learning thing, because this is someone, like I said, regardless if it's like a first time or one night stand or bay vacation, marriage, long-term relationships, poly relationships, it really doesn't matter. But if you can have these healthy sexual conversations that, and don't get me wrong, like, I'm just like, I guess, secure in who I am. But when I've had to have these conversations with people, I can tell that they've never had a healthy sexual conversation, because the first thing they do is like, what you mean I didn't do a good job? I'm like, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. All I said was, that was a little rough. Can you just not be so rough there? Just, that's my vagina down. Just be a little gentle. Or that's my boobs. I don't mind you sucking on them, but like to the back of your throat, ouch, my nipple the next day is bruised. You ever had your nipples bruised?
You were trying to produce milk.
Oh my
gosh.
Like,
that's not what I'm doing with you, honey.
My titties hurt for 2 or 3 days, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, boobs. I didn't know how to.
I remember when you come in after they got sucked so hard.
Do you remember that?
I remember that.
I said, boobs, I think he tried to.
What I had to learn is how to communicate
that. He tried to
that.
take my titty off of me.
What I had to learn is how to communicate those things. Because it's easy to say, like, you got to just have the conversation, or they immediately feel shut down because of whatever their story that they're telling themselves, right?
Yes.
But I've also learned that sometimes in the moment can be best, but not for everyone, depending on the tone of a person's voice. Like, I've learned that my voice, I can say things that other people cannot because of how my voice sounds, right? So you have people that have like deeper tones or whatever have you. So it's like you have to find a way that is not gonna make their partner feel exactly like you're saying when they heard I got a C on that. So
Yes.
knowing your tone, knowing how to
Mm-hmm.
influx your sentence, where to influx your sentence, or when to have the conversations. Because sometimes it's right afterwards when you're being affectionate. Because if their language is physical touch, you're laying in bed, you're touching all over them and saying, "Hey, babe, like I love this, I love that." You use that build, break, build method where it's like tell them all the things that
Yes.
you love, and when you do this, can you do it like this, a little bit
Yeah.
softer like this? But it's important to understand how to break that to a person. Because no matter
Hamburger
who you are,
sandwich.
nobody wants to hear they did a bad job. Nobody.
Nobody.
And especially depending on the tone of your voice, it can sound like, what the fuck? Or you suck, or it can sound like a boardroom meeting, depending on how you are. So, how you go about it, when you
Right.
go about it, and interjecting those love languages to do it.
It could
So,
sound like, so you did this good, this bad. Let's work on this for the next time. All right. You want to go have some
build,
dinner?
break, build. It's the same method you're doing with your therapy when you're saying, I'm sorry, you went,
Intimate,
Love,
yeah.
dislike.
Like what I really love, what I don't like at all, but what I would like to see more of. I
yes,
like the what I would like to see more of because it bring because like I like how it says get ready for some awkward conversations because
yeah,
that the meat is always the heaviest part. And that's why we knock that out. But then we go back to so what would you like to see more of? So that way your partner understands, yes, I love this, really don't like this, but it's still so good because I do want to see more of this.
yes.
I do love all of
The
this.
art of communication.
So it's like the meat still sits on that little bit of patty down there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we got some cushion. We got some cushion there. But and like I said, the awkwardness is okay. Like we have to get past that awkward part. And once
Yeah,
like and when I watch my couple go through that awkward part, like you said, it's kind of heavy because at that moment the facial tones and the facial expressions
the
kind of
shock
change
factor happens no matter
because
how
they're
much you
having
try for it
to
not to happen.
I get them to write it down. So they're having to hear out loud what their partner thinks. Because I always say, most of the time, like when we talk about sex, I go tell my girlfriend, I kind of whisper to her. Or when guys talk about it, they go to their guy friends in the locker room. But now I'm actually talking to the person I'm having sex with, and it's like, who?
We have to get okay being awkward too.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say we, I definitely mean we because I am not okay being awkward.
But says,
It's
speaking for
practice. The more you
myself.
practice something, the better you become at it, right? When no
Practice
one
makes
really
perfect.
practices communication effectively anymore. It's all either you're with me or against me, depending on how you
Mm-hmm.
see certain things. Or you're a
True.
hater if you don't, or you got a problem if you don't. And it's like, no, communication works like this. We can disagree and find a common ground.
And found
But
common
you just have
ground.
to practice it. The more you practice something, the more you're good at it.
Would you
And that's
hire a
a
cuddle
big
buddy?
deal these days
Yes.
because social media makes everyone feel like if you don't agree with me, you don't like me. Or we got a problem now. We hate each other now. It's like, no, I just didn't agree with that.
I
And
just
let's have a
agree.
conversation about that and
And,
find an understanding with each other. But it's also like that with love.
and
That's
we
the
can
person you
most
care about and
definitely
show the
talk about it.
vulnerability to. People are more comfortable putting their private parts together than they are communicating.
Ain't that weird?
That's interesting.
That is. Hey, Tanea. She said, beautiful people. Thank you,
I saw that. She's
girlfriend.
gorgeous.
Hey, gorgeous. I
So
love you
gorgeous.
so much. I'm so glad you're here. So, finding the words, then the conversation. Let the conversation flow. Be ready to learn a few of your sweetest likes and dislikes. I really love that. Now let's go on a shopping sex excursion.
Oh boy.
Yes, please.
Want another way to get a healthy conversation going outside of the bedroom? We're not biased or anything, but visit together or alone a sex toy shop will spark your imagination, especially if you aren't sure what you want. Just wander around and see what intrigues you. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
you never gave cock rings a moment's thought, but
But
in
in
person they look super sexy. Or maybe you can picture yourself at someone's tender mercy in supple restraints. Maybe the covers of the porno DVDs give you ideas. We welcome browsers at our store, especially if you're just trying to brainstorm. Or make a game of going on a shopping excursion and surprising each other with a $20 sex toy. Even if your partner buys something you don't like, it'll get you talking or giggling. And if your partner buys something you do like, it'll start a conversation. If you don't have a store like Babeland nearby, you can browse online at babeland.com.
Oh, shit.
So, funny story. That's one of my partners and my favorite thing to do is go to a sex toy store and just browse.
You done turned me on to so many sex stories.
Yes.
I mean, that's sex stories.
Ditto.
Boozy has turned me on to all the sex toys. She finally bought me a baby butt plug. I haven't used it yet, but it has the cutest little jewel at the end of it. Like, I had one of my viewers buy me one. It was the size of a baby dick. I finally brought it on the show so everybody could see. Like, I can't do nothing with it. I didn't know what to do with this thing. It was so huge. And then Boozy was like, dun 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 to the rescue. She was like, I got you something. And it's the cutest little butt plug. Oh,
you gotta train it. I have 4. So they go from like this to, and they all have a red diamond little thing on the
Yours
back.
got a little red diamond. My girlfriend has this fucking black skunk thing that comes like a black skunk tail.
You said a skull or a skunk?
It's like a
she's
skunk.
Furry. She's like a furry. So they have different ones with like horse tails. Oh, I mean, it goes and it goes.
I have My Little Pony, so that's going to be the upgrade. It's so big. And then my one girl came on here, and she actually could ride around with an ass plug, and I was just like, "You can do it too?" How? Like, okay, I'm new to this, but I'm coming.
But I like anal, so it's like a really big thing for me. So there's that. But more so, like, it's just a matter of if I'm already feeling hot as fuck, like I feel sexy, like I'm that girl that night, like I'm just on that page. Listen, I probably got to butt plug it. If I'm going out with my girls, if I'm going out,
I've seen the pictures.
Like, you see me get together. So like when I get it together.
So it's not uncomfortable. It just kind of feels.
It's delicious because it reminds me that it's there at the most random times. And it's like, oh, it just makes me feel sexier at the end of the day because no one knows what's going on but me.
Girl, get my butt plug.
That sounds like me and me and our.
Girl, I have never. You making me want to use it tonight. Everything. Sexy butt plug moments. That's what I'm gonna do. ... Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you.
And yours is red, like your lips.
Huh?
And yours is red, like your lips.
Yes. The tail looks like a red diamond. Like, yeah.
You got me a blue diamond, no pink.
And I have 4. So there's also like, if you have a partner, get the one that goes in the front, and then you can get an app on your phone. So no matter where they are, they can control the app, and you never know.
Boozy already got
one. What's going to happen. Now imagine having both and at the same time, and you just out at a company dinner or a networking event or
like
here right now.
I have one that's like a U, so it goes inside and then it goes on the clit, and it's controlled from the phone.
Yes.
And we like to go to dinner, and then my partner will ask the waiter to pick a number between like 0 and 15, and that's how many minutes it's on the highest setting.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I would not survive that.
Boozy.
Yeah.
I would not survive that. I wore one at the show in Vegas. It's called Cirque du Soleil. It's very sexual, sensual show. And had that, and they had the remote. It was the remote one. And I was like,
tell us about it when you go next time. We'll come. Titas, we got to have a meet and greet here soon. I know I have a lot of people from Tennessee who watch the show, Georgia who watch the show. I got a whole list other people who watch the show. But I can't wait to do a meet and greet with y'all. It could be something simple. And then we can get to Cali, come and see Miss Goddess L now, because you are no longer Lachelle. Your name
Yeah,
is
if you come, I can
Goddess
set the
L.
location and you guys can do your thing and have like, people come for the meet and greet. No problem.
Yes, we'll
That
be
sounds
there.
fun.
And then your
I
cups
wanna
will
go
be
Cali.
there, meditation and
Yeah, I have a
masturbation.
store there that has my stuff in there. It's called Florence Fresh. It's like a vegan friendly, like locally owned. Like a guy I went to high school with owns it. He bought it in, our area, so that we can have a location that has our stuff, our products that we sell. I actually had an event out there a few months back on September 24th. I had an event in LA where everybody showed out. It was insane. I was like overwhelmed. I was sold out with like the first hour and a half.
Oh, crap.
Wow.
Oh, I got to get that.
Yeah.
We got to get that.
It was
one.
beautiful.
I wanna go to LA.
But I
LA.
have locations for sure. So
We're coming. Oh my goodness. Just we'll be there this summer. Say no more. Because you're leaving me way too soon.
I want to go to LA so bad.
Do
It's on my list.
we got this picture? Maybe, maybe not.
I don't think so.
Well, the yes, no, maybe list.
ooh.
You want me to read?
Yes.
In many of our Babyland workshops, we hand out a yes, no, maybe list. It's a great tool for starting a chat. More like a game than homework, the rules are easy. Look at the list of sexual activities and put each one into a yes, no, or maybe column on a piece of paper. Just go with how you feel at the moment. There are no wrong answers, and you are not chiseling your choices in stone. You can change your mind later. When you're done, compare answers with your partner and see who overlap. Instead of giving your loved one a hard time about their yes, no, maybe choices, try asking, why no spanking or whatever, and let it become a conversation. And remember that today's no can be tomorrow's maybe and next month's yes.
That's so true because people don't be knowing what they like.
They don't.
People don't know because they don't try things, right? It just seems like everyone has this idea. Like people are freaky online, but not in real life. They've never done it. They just have this idea or they watch some porn.
Say it,
And it's
girl.
like you just gotta create the space to get the comfort level to try the shit. Sex is so grand.
Fun.
Sex is so vast. There's
Ugh.
so much that you can try. People think
I
their
gotta
sexuality
ask,
is in question because they might like certain things. You're doing it with the person that you care and love. So try all that shit. But
There's a
don't be
long
afraid
list.
to try all that shit.
But I
and
have to
the
giggle and
conversation.
ask.
Watch
though.
some porn. Huh?
There's a long list, and on our list, I have to giggle and ask though, Jasmine, Ken, where is nipple clamps on your list?
I have those. I have 2 sets.
They all.
Are they under yes, no, or maybe?
They on
Hell yeah.
Hell no,
Hell no.
girl. We
You
had a
gotta do
sex
it gently.
toy lady come on the show, and then I was so excited. Like that was my favorite thing to try out. I put that nipple clamp on me and screamed bloody murder.
So they put it on too strong. So you have to get the ones where you can screw it to make it tighter.
See,
or
I didn't
looser.
know. You know, I was uneducated, and I was just so excited, so I just clamped my nipple. Clamp.
No.
Girl, it was like a
No.
potato chip clip. The damn, it was so tight on my nipple. I just screamed. I didn't know how to get it off fast. But
No.
I got
hate
nipple
that was your
suckers.
experience.
And I like the nipple suckers. So what they do is you push it and you put it on your nipple, and it like sucks it off in there. That one, I was like, okay, I like this. I like this. Kind of like a little pressure on my nipples, not too much.
Yeah.
Girl, that boozy.
I just had to giggle.
You just brought me back.
It's on the list.
Every time I think about the thing, I be like, hell no. Don't come over here with that.
You gotta circle back and do it properly because you can't just come in with the hard grip and just put the pliers on your stuff. You can't do that.
It might be next month's maybe.
There's some
I'm
words
okay with
on
that.
this list
Next
that I
month
can't
maybe
even
works.
pronounce.
Anal
But also something that I want to add to that really quick: sex games, like from the sex store, games that you guys can play to create that intimate dynamic where you're asking a question It's sometimes very hard to come up with something that you want to try or think about. You don't know what to think when you don't know.
True.
So getting the games where it's like, this is fun. You can skip that
100%
card. You can just, you might read the card and be like giggly or giddy, and they are the same way. But it opens up that dialogue to just like have fun, make it fun.
I used
People
to
are not
have.
having fun with it. It's like just this intense thing of men feel like they should know already, and women feel like you should know. Everybody's fucking confused and nobody wins because nobody wants to play. It's fun. Make it fun. So those games kind of break the ice in that sense, where you can actually just decide, like, I don't know what I want or I don't know what to say. So these cards are going to help me out, you know? So it builds on that intimacy. That's a really big one.
I used to have a set of dice when I was younger that it said like kiss, suck, fondle, rub. It had different things on it, and on one dice, and then on the other dice it had a different body part, and you would roll them and then do whatever it said. That was a really fun one to do.
I played that one. I have played that
beautiful.
one.
That one was really fun. And then I had a deck of cards, which we never really got into that one. I don't remember what that one was, but I remember it was a circle deck of cards. I won it at a sex toy party.
Ooh.
I don't remember what we did with it.
Hot Topic got some. I was gonna buy some toys. I mean, some game cards while I was there to bring on the show, and I forgot. I'm gonna have them next Tuesday. Don't worry, T babies. I got us. I'm
gonna send you a picture of the games that I have. If they're not packed up, oh god.
I know we're packing them.
But I'll send you a picture of the ones that I have when I can find them.
Okay, let me know. So, cause I want to watch. I want to play it. Ain't no
They're
play.
fun.
I'm gonna put that on. Maybe depending on the penis size. Cause if you come in with a big dick, I'm gonna set that thing to the side. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been ripped by a big dick before, and I'm scared of big dicks. Like I would.
I was just by one that wasn't.
Seriously, I would deny entry. Deny. We're done.
It was because I was my partner. I was with him for 3 years, but I moved to Victorville for some reason that's unnecessary to talk about. But he was living in Long Beach, so it's like 2.5 hours away from each other. And we hadn't seen each other for a couple of weeks. And sorry.
It's okay. Take your time.
You guys there?
Yeah. We're here.
Okay. So we hadn't seen each other in a while, and we was trying to rip each other apart and ended up in the emergency room.
You have an emergency room story?
It looked like a murder scene in that bed. And I was laughing so hard because I kept trying to go. He was like, I was like, okay, wait a minute. But I was so like, I was on top too. I was like trying to continue, and I was like, no, something's not right. And he thought I squirted, but it was just like, not. And so ended up in the emergency room, and I was pissed because I was like, I didn't get to finish, but we had these sheets that were stole from the hotel. Like, we're not leaving these here. It looks like a death happened here, and we're not gonna have that for the room service lady or the maid.
I've heard of the people having to go to the emergency room because of sex. Captain Crunch said she was putting in that real work. Damn.
And he was not super big or anything. It was just that I was overexcited.
It's okay. You miss him. Ball stretchers. I've never heard of. Hi, to Shannon. I've never heard of ball stretchers.
Really?
Have you?
I used to do dominatrix work, so I've heard of a lot of things.
So what's ball stretchers? Tell me, because I've never. They really stretch the balls.
On the person, so I use it as punishment or something to keep them in line when they're not with me.
Okay.
So there's different ones you can wrap around where it's metal. You can do things that are like more plastic, or what. It depends on what you're trying to do, what type of training you're trying to get into. But I'm more for metal, titanium, because get in line and just behave. And also, on top of having the ball stretcher, I'm a male chastity belt, if you will. So it keeps them in a cage. It's also metal, so that if they actually get hard without my permission, it don't hurt them. Ooh. So it just depends on the client or the person, whatever it is. Whatever they're into. People are into a lot of shit.
I'm scared of her. She went from dominatrix to cuddling. That's
But I just lived, you know, and it's one of those things where when you experiment with life, you're gonna figure out so many things about people, and it's like that's why I have no judgment because just because you're into something doesn't mean anything about who you are as a person. It's just what you're into.
It's just your kink. We had B Michael because that's just this group that I'm a part of. It's called
Oh
BDSM.
no,
For
Demario, wait a minute.
no. So I'm
Wow.
scared. I'm scared of you.
That's a hot topic right now. We're not gonna do that. It's just people whatever people are into, they should be able to have what they're into.
Mm-hmm.
They should not feel shame or hurt or ostracized from society because what they're into in their
Exactly.
personal time.
No kink
And that's why there's
shaming.
so much bullshit around it because people really feel like I don't if this person likes this, something's wrong with it. But meanwhile you sucking toes and that's just acceptable. Like
I
just
got
because you think
somebody
it's
who
not
loves
that
to
No,
big
suck
of
it's
a
on
not
your
deal
toes.
acceptable.
doesn't mean that this is not. You know, like everyone has their thing and they should be able to fully enjoy their thing. There's men that like their balls stepped on with 10-inch heels, like
Ooh.
pegging, all kind of things. Women are into just as much chaos. So if I want to use that word, but there's so many women that want to be that are into like penal, not just typical anal, penal, which is forcefully and take full control of them. So it's like there's all kinds of things for everyone and you don't know because sex is so vast
I'm
that
stuck on the
again
stiletto
people
and the
feel so
balls.
scared
Same.
to like tell their partner what they like because they're scared they wouldn't be able to sustain their relationship any further or be able to look them in the eye or still be the provider or protector because now you look at them as less and that's not true.
So this yes, no, and maybe we're gonna make sure we post this yes, no, maybe list because girlfriend, there's a lot of stuff on here that I've never even like. If somebody put their fist in my vagina, I'm gonna punch
No,
them back.
that's a hard
Vaginal
no for me but
fisting.
there are people that love it. I've seen
I've
it live
seen
and in
it.
person.
I be watching lesbian porn. Next thing you know, there's a fist, and I'm like, oh, we're going fast forward,
I've seen it in person.
fast forward, fast forward. Ooh, a whole just. How do you get?
To like hear. I was not prepared, okay, to see that. I had no idea it was coming. I didn't know they were going to do that. I was just like, okay,
Well, all right. You about like
okay.
me. I like to see crazy ass shit. I just love it. I don't know why I like it so much. They be like, "You want it done? Mm-mm-mm. I'm okay. No, thank you."
I just want to
But
see it.
I just want to. I really want to see. I get off on you getting off.
That I'm very much so a voyeur. I like to watch.
Boy, is that what they call a voyager? I'm just here for the ride.
Voyeurism,
I
yeah.
don't want to get in the water. I want to keep my feet dry. I'm gonna let
I just
you.
want to see you do
I want to see
it.
you do it, and I want to know what you like. That's why I be telling people. I don't care what you like. Tell me about it, so I can go look it up. Like, ooh, shit, you like that type of stuff? Because the stuff that I might be into, they might be like, like I'm poly. Most people like poly. Hell no, I'm a one-on-one person. And I'm like, well, okay, that's okay. You don't gotta be so strong about your monogamy. And that's what
Right,
you want to
that's your
do.
thing.
That's your thing, and this is my thing. And then, like I said, there's so many different kinks. When B. Michael came on the show, he was talking because they host. It's in Pennsylvania, I think that's where Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, somewhere like that. They host a BDSM party up there. He's a part of this group. Her name, gosh, I hate messing up names. I think her name is Monique. Is it Monique? Maybe.
That started with a J.
I think her name. Don't let me fuck it up. But it's her group. And she's absolutely amazing. She just created a safe place for people of color to come in and talk about their different kinks and the things that they like, and a place that's unbiased and open. And they host parties up there, and during those parties, they'll have people strapped up. They'll have a video off in there. Of course, you have to be a member so you can even see the videos. But it's just these people doing all these different things that I would have never ever thought. Like even the rope tying and stuff. People like to be.
Jabari.
Yeah, like I
Heavy
like
into that.
handcuffs. I don't want to be roped up. I be thinking scary movies and stuff. But you can handcuff me, but don't rope me up. Cause I had a friend who would handcuff me with pink handcuffs, and I'm telling you, puddle. I'd be like, oh my god, I didn't realize that I liked it that much until it happened.
Yeah. I'm heavy into the shibari, which is the rope tie. Um, it's a feeling that's like it's a form of meditation, in my opinion,
Ooh.
because you have to leave your body in order to like relax into.
Because you literally can't move. I
You
mean,
can't do anything,
you can't do
but it's
nothing.
also like the pressure from the ropes. You really have to like leave your body. It's like just submitting to it in a way that you can't do in everyday life. That's a level of like trust and
Trust most.
submission that is just like a whole nother level.
Most definitely trust because I trusted this person to put me in damn handcuffs. And I love
Right.
that I never thought about a moment of meditation, but it was a moment where I let go and I was free in that moment.
Yes.
And I trusted this person with my fucking well being. Puddle. Puddle.
Listen,
Waterfall.
exactly. Meditation.
Puddle waterfall, okay? Whatever
There's
you
so
call it.
many forms of meditation. That's one of them.
Oh, come back, come back, come back. I used to joke we doing Tabo. Would you have? Oh, no, 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 no. We doing Tabo on that pussy. I'm fucking done. We is not doing no Tabo with the fisting. Okay, so we have come to our hour mark. Guys, I love you guys. T-babies. I'm so glad that y'all tuned in tonight. I'm hoping you guys have learned something tonight. You know, every 7 days I hope to always bring you a guest who enlightens you. I hope that every time that you come here, you learn something. You take away something from the show that you can go home. And like I said, even if you're single, something you can take home to yourself and maybe incorporate with your new relationship or somebody that you're with. You never thought about trying these things out with. Like sex is not, I give you head, we get each other wet, let's stick it in. Whoever comes first,
That
let's see what happens. I want you to line up your chakras. I want them to get in your head space. I want you to feel safe with this person. I want them to get into your heart so you feel like they actually give a fuck about you. Then you start feeling safe with them. Then all of a sudden, as your vulva is swelling up, or the
listen,
penis
when you actually are ready.
ready, well, you're ripe. You know what I mean? You done ripened up a little bit. The fruit is ripe, it's full. That's when you should engage in sexual intercourse. Anything before that is literally, let's just try this out. Let's just
It's
test it
his dick
out.
is hard and he's gonna put it in. So there's
Right.
no intimacy.
This isn't shopping for a new stove or a refrigerator. Okay, this is shopping for a home. You check the groundwork, you check the interior, you look at the landscaping. How does it make you feel when you're inside of it? How does the sun rise and set on the space?
What are you
Sex,
manifesting?
what is meant, intimacy is so important. And I'm hoping that y'all are understanding that we are trying to get you guys to communicate so you can wet the bed. So that way you can have great orgasms. And Miss Goddess L, is there
Yeah.
anything that you want to tell my tea babies before we leave?
I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for this moment. I'm grateful for you, Jazz. I'm grateful for you, my love.
I love
Just
you.
this experience, this interaction, this exchange of energy. Thank you guys for taking the time to spend some time with us.
Heck yeah.
Got to give my social medias. So, uh, oh God, Twitter is a mess. But Instagram, goddess, the letter L underscore 425. Facebook, they took me out of the game and now I got my government on there. So it's Lachelle Tatum, Lashelle, Tatum, like Channing, or the football player, basketball player,
Ooh.
Tatum. Book a session, book a consultation. I'm here for you if you need me, honey. Or just buy my mugs because they're the shit.
They
They're so
They
cute.
are.
they really are.
So there's that, honey. But yeah, I'm just here for you, and I'm just grateful for your experience and having me on. I'm grateful. I'm
Heck yeah.
dropping shit.
That's okay. That is all right. Boozy, what you want to tell the people?
I'll just be looking out for the next Project B podcast coming soon.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. And make sure you share it in here. Did you share it last week in here?
I shared it to you. I don't know
Okay.
if I shared it to the page.
Share it to the page so they can find you. Well, I love you so much, T babies. Thank you so much for being here. And again, I hope you learned something. And I hope you're wet in the bed this weekend.
Yes.
Next Tuesday, tell me all about it. It's just only 7 days. Just 7 days. And I'll be back. I love you so much. I hope you guys have a great night. Have great sex. And tell me all about your orgasms next Tuesday.
Yes.
Bye, babies.
Peace.
Bye.
You still